Alrighty, welcome back everyone to the next episode in our playthrough of the new downloadable content for Old World, the Sacred and the Profane. Last we left off here, we had started building our wonder down here. We were going around with our scouts harvesting resources and just trying to overall build our empire up. We just finished one of our specialists in the capital. We now have a farmer on our sorghum here, which is increasing our growth as well as our food yields and getting us an additional science per year. So that's fantastic. We do have barbarians over here that are giving us a bit of trouble. Our melee character, or excuse me, the melee barbarian here, which is the marauder, has stepped up, kind of really given it to our scout here, where the ranged character also knocked us a bit as well. So I want to get out of that situation. So I'm just going to kind of come down here to these resources, start harvesting those, and head out of my way. I also want to get in a spot where I can start killing this barbarian group, which will allow me to use the city site that they're on to found a new city and take care of that. So I am going to go ahead. I'm going to move my warrior right in range here. What I like to do first is just make sure that I'm not attacking across the river. If you played Civilization, you know that each tile has, defensive stats on it. It has different modifiers that it's going to affect the damage that you're going to be doing. So I just always want to, double check that I am doing the most damage here to really just maximize my DPS. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll give them, a little smackaroo. Just start clearing that up. I now have an idle slot that I don't know exactly what to do with. Actually, yes, I do. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep expanding. So I'm going to produce another settler here in my capital and go through the events here. All right, first one, petty crimes. Outside the court, you discover your daughter, Nefere, is being dragged down the street in chains. She is accused of a series of petty crimes, theft, bribery, and destruction of property. Once Nefere has been released, she asks about her punishment. Alrighty, so let's see. We could ask her to repay all those that she has wronged. This will force her to become bitter, which decreases her charisma and provides her a weakness. Charisma will ruin the amount of or not ruin. It would just -1 civics per turn. If I went that route. If I say, hey, you're royalty and you must answer to no one, then she becomes spoiled. One second, guys. Apparently, Discord is popping off. Okay, here we go. So let's take another look at this. That's not the one that I wanted. Alrighty. Your royalty and you answer to no one. She would become spoiled, which would be -1 charisma, as well as -1 discipline, which would give me minus half an order, or half civics, excuse me, and -4 gold. Or we could say, hey, you will make a public apology before the court. Doing so provides a great +1 wisdom bonus, which increases my science yield. And then the princess becomes disappointed with us and removes endeared 2. But I'm not sure that I care too much about her opinion of me at the moment, and I don't think that it's going to go down so much. I lied; it went down to -60. We'll see. We'll see if that bites us. We don't necessarily know if it's going to or not. So now that Princess Neferi has completed her study of philosophy, how shall she contribute to the court? What role best suits her? Let's see. We could make her a scholar, which will allow her to serve as either a governor or a spy master. As a governor, it would unlock inquiry. I'm not 100%. Let's see. Projects are internal city enhancements such as archives or walls, and they are produced using the city's civics output. Okay. So they're not buildings. They are internal city enhancements. Nice. Okay. There's that. As a leader, she can redraw text. So anytime I get a technology research, she would be able to reshuffle the next set if needed, and then all cities as a leader would get +2 additional science once she has or once an archive is built, and then she would have +3 wisdom, which would give us 1.5 science per turn. Or we can have her become a zealot, where she will be able to serve as either a general or a chancellor. So if I do a zealot, then there's no chance of her serving as a governor in one of my cities, but she can serve as a general. A general, a unit cannot die with greater than 1 HP. So, for example, if a unit has 2 HP and the enemy unit comes in and deals 3, that unit will stay alive. As a general, and if she is the leader of the empire, +10% enlist chance on kill. As leader, +60 opinion for leader's religion. And state religion cities can hurry production with training. So these would be our Amarna cities, as they are their religion one. I'm going to go ahead and do Scholar. I think that science is a very valuable resource in this game, helping us get to more technology quicker is a good thing. Alrighty, Jewish descent. Jewish discontent has spilled into the streets of Tehaka, with the city's believers riling against their treatment. Unhappy with your rule, the local priests are leading the faithful in attacks on the guards and encouraging resistance against the crown. Alrighty, so we can gain militia, which costs us -90 training, but would help us with the unrest. We can seek to appease the Jewish leaders, which means that we'd have to spend 90 civics, which is a lot of civics. Or we could take no action for now, which would get us a bit of XP. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spend the 90 training to gain militia, just to make sure that if any rebellion happens in Tehaka down here, Tehaka, then we have some sort of defense while our warrior is out there dealing with the barbarians. And while that's going on, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to harvest all this salt, I'm going to harvest this game. Oop, I don't have any more orders, just kidding, I'm not going to do that. And it looks like we are good to go. So let's move on here. Alrighty, Princess Nefure just keeps making the wrong decisions, man. Never seems to keep her word and is now known as deceitful, which is a -2 discipline trait, which means that I lose 30 gold per turn because of that. And then we have our heir here, or excuse me, our stepson, which is second in line. Messages from your heir, Thutmose, paint a vivid picture of the tactics training, stern officers, challenging drills, strategic thinking. Over the past few weeks, Thutmose has been surviving in the forest, learning to use the wild to his advantage. All right, let's see what we should do here. We can give him the commander, which will allow him to serve as a general or ambassador. If he's a general, plus 20% combat strength if the same unit is adjacent to it. That's cool. If he's a leader, plus 50% attack power if flanking. As a leader, plus 10% experience per year for idle units. Infantry units gain plus 10% defense. And then +2 courage and +2 discipline, which gives me training and gold. Great trait. Fantastic trait. Or I could do schemer. Let's see. You know what? No, I actually want him as a commander. I don't. Our Duke here is not really going to be. If everything goes as planned, he's never going to be the leader of our nation. He's going to be a general, right? And I think that having him as a general in our armies would be very beneficial to us. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this worker, and I'm immediately going to get started on a quarry because we need that stone income, like we were talking about earlier. Gonna keep going around harvesting salt, and I'm going to take a look at this fight down here. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna take the half HP. It should take me only about 2 turns to kill this if we're lucky. I may end up having to retreat this character and heal it up. just because the 2 units and the damage there is a little bit too great. While I'm healing it up, I will also go ahead and put a general on that character. Alrighty, now we have a decision to make in Tekka. I think the best option for us is either going to be a disciple or a worker. I'm very interested in the Jewish disciple. I don't know how beneficial it's going to be for us early game, but hey, we're here to experiment a little bit. They can create the Jewish monastery, the Jewish temple, and the Jewish cathedral, which will give us science. It would give us happiness, and it would give us orders per year. And I feel like those are beneficial to at the very least. So you know what? I'm gonna go with a disciple. I'm gonna see what we could do with it. See if we if the benefits are worth it this early in the game, and we'll just kind of figure it out as we go along. Alrighty, I think I am set here. So there's not really. Oh, nope. My fault. Okay. Just going around harvesting as much as I can with my movement here. Okay. Alrighty, so after that turn, you can see my character, or my warriors here are on death's door. I definitely do not want this. I need this character to stay alive. So I'm going to go ahead, head back here, click the heal button, which I can only do in friendly territory unless some sort of general is giving me that perk. So I'm going to keep him healing up for a few turns here, and doing my best to keep him alive so that I could clear that site in the future. With this settler, I was hoping to kind of come over here and settle on this barbarian site, but that's not going to be the case. I'll probably end up coming down here to where this scout is and taking advantage of all these hills so that I could set up mines, and I could set up more stone income than I am currently able to do. So with that being said, we'll keep going in that direction here. I have a few movement options, just kind of exploring this mountain range, seeing what all the fuss is about, and I'm now known as Hatshepsut the Explorer. Perfect, so my legitimacy went up a little bit there for exploring around. Next turn, I'm going to go ahead and see what these ancient ruins give us, and we'll move from there. Oh, we even got an event around it. The Scouts of Egypt are fearless, exploring even further under your expert direction. With the latest reports of far-off lands, you have had the many discoveries compiled into a map of the known world. News of this spreads, and you are soon known as the Explorer. Poring over the map and imagining the places still undiscovered, you wonder how you will stand apart from the other nations of the world. Is it time to pursue a new ambition to secure the name of Egypt? Absolutely, we want to pursue a new ambition. And we only have 2 choices. Control 4 miner specialists. We don't really have a whole ton of mines. And control 5 developing cities. We don't really have 5 cities to do. So this ambition is going to be difficult for us in our queen's lifetime, but I think the easiest one to complete and the one most beneficial that kind of lines up with our plans is this for miner specialists. What will end up having to be done is it will have to be down here. You could see all of these hills. These hills are going to be supremely beneficial for us in building mines. They are they give us bonuses to our mining yields, so that is where we are going to try and fill that out. And with that, let's move on to the next turn. Keep going, see what we can figure out. The recent actions of Duke Thutmose have called into question the soundness of his judgment, and he has lost +1 wisdom. Alrighty. Well, I'm very glad that we did not have him become a schemer. losing wisdom would have been bad in that. Alrighty, well, we have a new tech tree or a new tech option to choose from. I'm going to go ahead and go with pasture. I think that the pasture is really good, mostly because I have these cows over here that need to be improved, and yeah, that'll just help our capital out a little bit further. I'm going to take this warrior here. I'm going to add a general. Our duke is going to be our general in this scenario, and then the next turn we will heal. Alrighty, let's take our scout here. Let's go into the ancient ruins and find out what it has for us. In the ruins, we observe a ritual performance centering on the old city's patron god. He tricks minor deities into letting him eat them, but in the end, they cut open his belly and kill him. What should we take away from this? Well, we can expand our cities, but beware of gluttony. This will allow us to acquire the technology Polis. Polis is a very important one because it unlocks hamlets, which are very important for the expansion of our cities and gold income as well. Or we could acquire Drama, which provides us music and an Odeon. Odeons are also good because they provide happiness within a city. They also help us increase our yields on our hamlets. But for now, I'm going to say Polis, and the reason why is because if you come up here to the technology screen and you look at Polis, Polis leads to forestry, which is where we get our lumber mills. I feel like lumber mills in the early game are really difficult to actually get to. Or I shouldn't say difficult, it just takes a really long time, and so you find yourself, in a civilization that starts with 200 wood, and your improvements are consuming wood. Some things have wood as a production cost to them, where every single turn they consume some of it, right? And if you want to keep building up your empire, you're going to have to keep purchasing wood, and the exchange rate as you buy more and more and more and more wood keeps going up, so you lose more and more on that deal every single time. So I think it's really important to get up to the forestry technology as soon as possible, but to do that you need to have Polis unlocked. So I'm going to go ahead and switch that up here, or excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and come over here to this shrine and choose expand our city so that we could get the Polis technology. We want to we want to get to that forestry. All right, so the Duke has returned from his tactics studies, but he would like to retain a tutor for additional training. What should be the focus of his continuing education? We could give him +1 discipline, or we could get him +1 wisdom. Well, he just lost 1 wisdom. Yeah, I'm going to go with discipline. Give us more money. Give us more experience per year for warriors. And we have a new event here, Earl Grey Hot. Okay. The court has been all abuzz about the exploits of the Mernit the diplomat. It seems that during her travels, she discovered a wonderful new hot drink, and now anybody wants to try some, and Mernit the diplomat herself has become something of a celebrity. Having tried some of this new drink yourself recently, you definitely understand the appeal. It occurs to you that you could easily gain a monopoly over the drink, and that perhaps you should. Alrighty, so let's take a look at this. We could take control of the tea, which adds a luxury to our capital. That could be good. But I don't know what it takes in order to exploit this. Like, I don't know if if I choose this option, if it will give me like a tea resource that I am able to kind of extract, or not. Or, like, let's see, let us not only take control of the supply of tea, but of the talented merchant who introduced it to our realm. So we get a courtier. We lose a bunch of civics. We lose half our civics and a bunch of gold. You know what? I'm just gonna go with tea, and we'll see what ends up happening. I don't see anything as having happened. Well, alrighty. I don't see tea anywhere being added to the capital, but that's okay. I'm sure we have it, and I am just unaware of how the mechanics of the game work so much. So let's just keep going here. See what more we can do, what more we can figure out. Okay. Our scouts encounter a party of Persian soldiers. So it looks like we met Persia, whipping a man bound by his wrists and ankles. The warriors accuse the man of inciting rebellion, of stalking members of the royal family, and attempting to infiltrate the treasury. However, the victim insists that he is innocent of the crime. The Persians urge our men to move along and mind their business. All right, so we can follow their advice and move along. Persia gains a bunch of opinion, but we, as a leader, become cruel, which hurts our growth. So I don't really want to do that. We can fight them and get a court minister, and Persia loses opinion of us. I'm not that scared of Persia's opinion of us, so I'm going to do that, and we get Bahram. Bahram here is an orator, which has +4 charisma and -1 discipline, and he will give us happiness per culture level as a governor, and then all of our new mounted units here will get XP. He is fantastic on our civics income here, so we are very excited about that. Go ahead and bring him in so that we can earn as much and start saving those up. Okay, I have a resource over there that we can look at. I'm going to come around the mountains this way. And alrighty. I think that's all that we could really do this turn. Let's move forward. Alrighty. Deeply affectionate and prone to passionate gestures, the Duke is a hopeless romantic. Well, good for him. +2 charisma gives us some civics. Our warriors belonging to the Said family gain +6% defense, and it's a strength. He has an additional 25% chance every year to have children. He doesn't like bitter characters. He does love other romantic characters. And yeah, cool. Cool strength and a marriage offer. Alrighty, so we need to marry off our daughter to secure our line here. So let's take a look at our options here. We have two 30-year-old gentlemen that are gonna try and win the heart of our lovely daughter. Tactician. Okay, so we know tacticians, great generals. They can counterattack. They get more movement speed as a general. He has 2 wisdom, which is going to help us with our science. He's 2 discipline, which is going to help us with our gold income. We get 2 orders with the marriage, as well as +30 opinion with the Amarna family. Or we could take a scholar, which unlocks inquiry, delver. As a delver, mines and quarries have 50% output, and he has a bunch of wisdom. Now, in my head, I'm envisioning having this individual be the governor of our city side over here, with all the mines and quarries that we're going to have in the city, producing 50% output. So you know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and marry her off to Senusret. And get that individual. Our settler is done. I'm going to move him over to the city side down here. I'm immediately going to start working on an additional settler. We need more settlers to expand the borders of our empire. That is what we need. I'm going to heal up a bit more with this character. I'm going to come over here to our incense, harvest that incense, harvest this incense, come down. Perfect. My next scout, I'm exploring. We're finding more Danes. Eventually, we may. I know that I said that I'm not really wanting to be a war based individual, but eventually we may have to fight some of these tribes. These tribes are standing on precious city sites, which is where we want to expand our empire and really just kind of grow the borders of everything that we have. So it may have to happen. I'm going to try and prevent it as much as possible, but it may have to. All right, new event, Sporting Chances. With the increasing recognition of the city of Tehka as a center of culture, there has been a movement from the elders to host a festival of archery. A decree was swiftly issued stating that that in Tehaka no other sport shall be practiced. Rival factions have risen up, arguing that wrestling or horse riding provide the better sport. The beleaguered city looks to you. Which side you favor? Alrighty. We can gain an athletic tradition, archery. Don't know really what this gets us other than the new ranged units plus 50 XP. Wrestling, new infantry units plus 50 XP. Horse racing, mounted units. I don't really care. I don't think that I'm training any of this, but I'm going to go ahead and say wrestling because if I do train any, it's going to be warriors, not really slingers, which I will be utilizing. Alrighty, my daughter's converted to Judaism, my stepson is converted to Judaism, and this individual here has converted to Judaism. I don't know how she relates to me, other than being the spouse of this oligarch, which is the head of the family. Okay, perfect. Alright, the pitfalls of restraint. As you walk the halls of the palace, hearing the calming patter of earnest ministers and efficient coin counters, a young warrior stops before you, begging for you to consider the lack of martial prowess in your court. We strain ourselves for naught but coin, a bitter and harsh mistress, growing weak in the process. Okay. Let's see. We can say a sufficiently disciplined and wealthy court is a necessity, not bigger muscles. If we do this, we lose courage, which isn't exactly something that I want to do, but I also become strict, which increases the experience that new infantry units get in the city that I'm governor of, and by 100%, and then as a leader, everything else gets 50. This is a strength that I can have, or I could say, you make a well-reasoned argument, we shall allow unarmed duels. This gives me courage, but I lose discipline, which is my gold income, about 30% of my gold income. Or I could say we cannot build an empire while fighting amongst ourselves. Okay, so I get discipline here, which gives me more gold. I like that. It gives me plus 10% gold in the Sait family city, which is Waset. I get cunning as a strength, which unlocks caravan access as a governor. And I've never really played with caravans, so I don't 100% know what this is, but maybe we'll take a look at that. As a leader, I get better opinions of foreign and tribal leaders. You know what? I like this. I think that there's no downside to this. This is the obvious choice that we have to take. I'm going to come over here to our city site, and I'm going to settle down this city and choose our last family. So the way that the family seats work, you have 4 options that you can choose from, but once you have chosen 3 families, the 4th family is not available to you, right? So we have 2 choices here. We could have the Thutmose Sages, and doing so gives us plus 2 civics per year. Our urban specialists go down, plus 1 science per year per specialist, and plus 25% science when we found the city and we acquire a random technology, or we could go with our riders, which stay connected and give us training and a bunch of benefits to mounted units. I'm not going to go that route. Like I said, military is not something that I want to focus on, so I don't think that I will be training a whole ton of new units. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to found the city for the Thutmose Sages. Now, you notice that the random technology that I got is drama, which you can see the very first thing says starts the music. In this game, music does not actually happen until you research drama and learn about music, and now you can kind of hear it going on. One of the biggest issues with the first episode when we were talking about it was the fact that y'all couldn't hear me over the music, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come on over here to the audio. We're going to bring the music volume down. I don't want to not hear it. I'm going to bring it down to about 6%. That way you guys can hear me. And what I'm immediately going to do is a worker. I'm going to start getting that taken care of. Remember, we have 4 minor specialists that we need to get working on, which means that we need to use these hills for our mines. We are going to heal up on this character here. You know what? Actually, I'm going to undo that for a second. I'm going to move him over here, then heal. Then I'm going to move this character over, start another quarry, we just received our Jewish disciple. All right, so let's take a look at this. A Jewish monastery. A Jewish monastery gives us +4 science per year, but it has an upkeep cost of -2 wood per year. We don't have any wood income, so this could be pretty expensive for us because every year it'll just purchase the wood as the exchange rate goes up. It won't matter. We will have to purchase that wood. It gives us opinion improvements of Judaism, enables the apprentice monk, and gives plus 60% productivity for adjacent grove class improvements. Okay, we don't really have any groves in this city, so maybe that's not the first one we want to start out with. Alrighty. We can build the Jewish temple, which will give us +6 culture, +1 order per year, and the upkeep is stone, which we do have an income in, albeit small. Plus 20% for adjacent monastery class improvements. So we could kind of build monasteries around this if we needed to. Okay, you know, oh, we actually can't build this. The only one that we can, it looks like the only one that we can build is the Jewish monastery, which is a bummer. Kind of feels like the apprentice is a waste until we can start building. Yeah, looks like the Jewish disciple is kind of a waste of some production here until we can get some lumber mills, get some wood income, and then we can build the initial monastery. We couldn't build the if you guys notice, we couldn't build the Jewish temple because we didn't have the technology doctrine. Once we have the doctrine, then we can build the Jewish temple, which may be worth it. So we'll keep him idle over here. That's a bummer. I'm going to go ahead and get this stone cutter, get more of a stone income, keep saving up. That's going to be our priority for now. We are almost done with our hanging gardens here. Darn. That feels bad. Alright, well, anyway, I'm just going to keep going around, harvesting all these resources, building up my empire as much as possible. And we are done here. Alrighty. Akhenaton the Swift has been converted to Judaism. Great. Prince Neferre and Prince Consort Senruset have given birth to a daughter, the Duchess. Perfect. And then the Amarna family has converted to Judaism. Wonderful. We have a Persian event. A procession of ragged Persian holy men enters the capital, searching for a sign from the divine masters. These seekers wish to prove their worthiness and hope to study under our holiest advisors. Shall we share our spiritual secrets? Sacred teachings are free for all. Persia acquires monasticism. King Cyrus owes us a favor. That's cool. Yeah, let's do that. Enjoy monasticism, brother. Alrighty, our warrior is fully healed, which means that we can get back to work over here with a general. Moving over here, killing the barbarians should actually be relatively easy. I didn't make that look all that easy the first time around. So with our orders here, we will just continue with our scout, harvesting as many resources as possible. Okay, not a whole ton to do there. I wonder if I should bring my militia with me to clear the barb camp, or if that's just inviting. You know what? I'm going to. I'm going to bring them with. We'll have a lot of fun. All right, we got the Hanging Gardens. We also have another oligarch converting to Judaism, and we also have Bahram the minister. He is the individual that we rescued from Persia. He also converted to Judaism. So I mean, we're rocking the the conversions here. We have another event for our queen. The citizens of Wasset trust in our justice and leadership. As a result, city leaders wish to strengthen the legal system and encourage more people to participate in the judicial process. They are considering the formation of Mistrophoria. Of a Mistrophoria, a paid function that provides jurors with a salary. Wow, look at us go. Such a position would be costly, but it would make Wasset's court second to none. Alrighty. If we do this, it costs us 420 gold. Lit. But we get plus 20 opinion from the Said family. We also get increased yields to our civics, our culture, but we have a plus 20% maintenance, which gives us -4. That's nothing to 156. I don't want to become a judge because it would replace builder. No, this is great. Let's do that. Alrighty, our Hanging Gardens event. The Hanging Gardens of Wasset are a marvel of horticulture and engineering. The great building is a giant vertically tiered garden with plants gathered from across the world, with water being raised and distributed through a complex system of machinery. The tales of the garden are already spreading through other nations, with many claiming that such a marvel is too incredible to be true. These elusive and enticing gardens will stand as a testament to our people for all time, a symbol of our accomplishments today and of the glories yet to come. Dang straight they will. Alrighty, perfect. That's freed up our worker. Our worker's going to go over. It's going to build the last farm here. You notice that I don't have the wood income for this, so I need to hold Alt to buy my 10 wood and start building the farm. Alrighty, I'm going to send my warrior on over again. Bah! I think next turn we should be able to kill him. I'm going to take my militia and move them over as well. And we are very close to having our next settler out, as well as a worker in our newest city. Alrighty. Alrighty, guys, that is where I'm going to call it. We have run a bit over time here. We are very close. One of the goals that we set in our last video was adopting Judaism as our state religion. We need 400 civics in order to do that, and we are very, very close to have stockpiled enough of that. So we'll continue on in the next episode to get the state religion. We are going to fix our iron income over here, get a bunch of mines up and going. We're going to continue to develop our stone income as well. Once this stone cutter gets in place, that's going to expand our borders and open up a great little quarry that's right here, which is surrounded by 1, 2, 3 different mountain tiles and is also adjacent to another quarry. So it should be a really good position to place one. Same thing with this one right here as well. So we'll go stone cutter, build a quarry, get another stone cutter here, and then build a quarry again in here. We may also want to invest in an additional worker because we have camps galore that need to be built down here. We have so many mines and another quarry that needs to be, or excuse me, another mine over here for salt, kind of as a resource. So we have a lot to do, a lot to develop our empire and really get it going. We have husbandry coming in so we can improve these cows. Seems to line up pretty close with when our worker is going to be done with this improvement over here. It also lines up pretty close to our settler being done. So we'll probably do a settler here and then move into getting another farmer specialist to increase the growth in our city. And then after the farmer specialist, we will move over there to the pasture and our wonderful, beautiful cows. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining in. Appreciate y'all. And until next time, see ya.